Ladies and gentlemen, we are back once again. The experts from the Solid Podcast Network. We are back once again for our weekly
That's what he
Sunday
said.
episode, weekly NFL Sunday episode, brought to you by Rev and the good people at Rev Trio. Remember, the experts is a part of the Solid Podcast Network, all rights reserved. It's your boy Sanzo, aka Sans, and I got my co-host with me. We got CJ the X Factor,
Yo, what's going on?
you know what I mean? And we got what do you say? We call you G? We got
Yeah,
G,
Grillin.
yeah,
G.
G.
We
oh
call you
boy.
G, right? We got G with us. So we back again for another Sunday theme episode. We about to kick off these NFL picks, week 4. Week 4 already, but it's time flying. Honestly, it feel like yesterday was just week 1. Um, but we want to give a big shout out to our sponsors at Rev Trio. Don't forget, Rev Trio is the home of the NFL Sunday Ticket. So if you are a fiend for football like us, you really want to watch it, get that Sunday Ticket package. It's all day football, all day on Sundays. So listen, if you're a Rev Trio customer or a Triple Play customer already, then that's free. No additional cost you have to pay. So get at the people at Rev, call them 601-8992, or email them at trio@cablebahamas.com. Sign up for that package. You won't regret it. Okay? So we had I think it's a pretty stock standard week last week. Everybody pretty much nailed their picks. You know what I mean? So
But you
this
gotta
week,
stop.
we got some interesting games coming up. Very, very interesting games. This might be a very highly rated Sunday. What do y'all expect from this week?
Yeah, I say all that now. Don't make it seem like it's more than one game going on this week.
Cover it.
I
Cover it.
watch
This
all
Cover
week.
it.
I telling you all week. You could turn your channel on any sports channel. Only one storyline was being played all week. And we know what game that is. We'll get down to that. We'll still talk about the rest just to
Obviously,
give them their fair due. But y'all know
obviously,
it.
that's the main game. But there are some interesting gems on the schedule as I look on the schedule. Some very interesting games sprinkled in through here. So, let me go through them. We'll see. But obviously, we know that's the big boy. That's the one with everybody waiting on.
yeah, that's a
Okay?
superstar.
That's superstar, right? Can't deny that. Can't deny that. But still some good games, yeah. So so let's get into it. Let's get into it. So that's the first game we have coming up at 1 p.m. is the Cleveland Browns and the Minnesota Vikings. So, what are your predictions for that game? Let me write these down.
Yeah, because I don't know slap
I
it
don't
up.
know. Try.
Who
When
stay
this game
talking
come
about,
out,
oh, did I pick them? What you mean, did you pick them?
I don't
The-
know. Try.
So this game, I don't know. I was hoping you start out with an easier one because this one ain't that easy. But
What?
no,
Yeah, go on, go on, go on.
you
Yeah, go on, go
This
on.
ain't easy at all. So, but
no,
let's
I
okay.
don't know why you saying it is like.
No
This
But,
problem.
ain't easy at all.
uh, I gotta go with the Vikings. Dalvin Cook coming back.
And
They look like they on a roll.
one game.
One very
Hercules.
good game. Ain't just about the game. It's about how they won the game. And look who they beat. Like it ain't like they beat no toilet bowl team.
Ooh.
I
Now,
think
don't forget, when we first started week 1, I said Minnesota is one of the most inconsistent teams I know.
you did say
So
that.
yes, they will be the big team, but then they'll go and buck a team like the Jaguars or the Texans, and you'll
Right.
be like, you watch that game and be like, even if they win, you'll be like, really, y'all really struggle with this.
Right. So, but I think they're gonna win a lot of the big games and lose a lot of the small games. So I think this
Exactly.
is the big game for them.
Hmm.
I think they're gonna play up to their competition. And
Uh,
I think they can sneak this one and beat the Browns.
Yeah. Um. Well, obviously, I gave it the Browns. It's an easy one for me. Looking at the matchup, even though the Browns are short-handed at wide receiver because of Jarvis Landry injury, I still got the Browns as the better overall team. My thing is, Dalvin Cook coming back. Dalvin Cook still has ankle. As a running back, I don't want him nothing to do with legs. From you tell me hamstring, from you tell me knee, from you tell me ankle, I basically writing you off for like 3 to 4 weeks. Even though you coming back, you win 100. Um, like I say, with the Minnesota, I don't have no faith in their defense. They give up a lot of points and they give up a lot of yards. If you look at the Cleveland Browns, basically a lot of their stuff they top 10 offense and defense.
Mm-hmm.
But the Vikings have a good offense. They have an explosive offense. When they get their running game going, they can get their wide receivers pumping. They can explode. The problem is when the ball turn over or go back to the other team, you
They
can't
ain't
stop.
top tail. Yeah.
Yeah, you like a leaky faucet. You can't stop the water from running. So my pick for this is the Cleveland Browns. I wouldn't say a blowout. I wouldn't say easy. It probably could be a field goal game or a very tight 1 point, 3 point win. But I give it the Cleveland Browns.
Like, in my opinion, this ain't gonna be no easy game at all. If we really want to keep it a buck, the Vikings 1 or 2 bad breaks away from being 3-0. They lose their first the 2 combined games by like 4 points or something like that. I was reading. So this ain't gonna be an easy one. I still expect the Browns to edge it out. I like the Browns better defensively. So I think with Miles Garrett and your boy Clowney, I think defensively they have better depth. Defensively they overall better. Offenses when all two of them clicking, you could say that's almost a wash on both sides. So I think it could be a close game, but I think the Browns to slightly edge this one out. It ain't gonna be an easy one. All right,
Okay.
next one. Next one. Next game. We got this is a favorite game of mine. We got the Panthers
Yeah.
on the Dallas taking on the Cowboys. So I think about that one.
This is your 3-0 Panthers. And what is it? What the Dallas is? 2-1.
2-1. I'll just
So
tell you all, don't join over red because they 2-1. That's what Doc tell you. Don't join over red because we 2-1. We ain't eating the cheers.
you could talk
All right.
for and say, first of all, they already been throwing a parade from when they was 1-1. And the thing is,
They drove red after they lose that opener.
yeah, they throw a parade when they lose the opener and talk about how good Dak look throwing 60 passes and they lose and they
They
still
lose
was
the
talking
opener.
foolishness. Now it's like, but y'all could kill. But
They
my thing
lose the
is the
opener.
Cowboys
Drove red.
is if you see them win today, you just can't talk to them. Because even though we know who the Panthers are not good. The Panthers just
Stop it.
play relatively
Stop it.
okay teams that they beat. If you look at the Panthers offense, it's not even top 10, top 15. You look at their points and yards and all that, it's not impressive. The only thing that makes it look good is that people, it says points against, or it makes their defense look good because you playing bad offenses. So right now their defense is ranked so high
Number
because
one.
you play in the Jets, you play in certain teams that can't score. But when you go to Dallas, and I big Dallas fan, but when you go to Dallas, you see what Zeke doing. Zeke look like Zeke old. Then you get RB2 out there eating now. Then you got Amari Cooper shuffling his feet out there. CD Lamb, high balling, high catching, and grounding fellas at the goal line. And that tight end now look like he's starting to catch himself. I look at this as Dallas beating an undefeated team and their fans going crazy like this the Super Bowl.
I got Carolina winning this game. It could be tight because I think Christian McCaffrey, so it definitely could be tight. Um,
I
I
even
am
forget that.
I'm a believer in Dallas in Carolina being able to get enough stops defensively. Yes, they did play bad teams. They played the Jets, Texans. We ain't gotta explain how bad they are. And then obviously I think they played the Saints. That was probably their best win if you want to count quality of opponent. But they number one still. You can't take away that number one defense. And I think their defense is better prepared I do it like Doc under pressure as opposed to the other way around. Now the other way around, Sam Darnold threw for back-to-back 300-yard passing games. I expect to get close to that or maybe above that against this Dallas defense. So I got Dallas losing this game. I got Carolina squeaking out this game. It could be a close one, but I got Carolina winning this one.
I got the Cowboys. I I don't see Carolina going any. I don't see them being as efficient as they were in previous weeks without McCaffrey. Granted, they played a game without McCaffrey, but that team goes where McCaffrey goes, and without him, I don't think they could be the quality team like the Cowboys. Especially the Cowboys, who week after week is getting better and better. I think the Cowboys rolling right now. I can't foresee them losing to a McCarthy-less team, a McCarthy-less Panthers.
Yeah, I don't see it either.
All right, that's our picks. Y'all got. I remember this now.
No man,
Okay, I
don't remember.
I'm flicking this now. All right, we get the next one on the schedule. 1 p.m. Another 1 p.m. boy. We got Chiefs and we got Eagles. All right, just for reference, the Chiefs 1-2, the Eagles 1-2. So, who y'all got?
The Chiefs need this one.
Understatement.
They need this one. I
That's
mean,
understatement.
I don't see them coming out and doing anything to lose this. I don't think it could be close. I think Mahomes is going to come out and he's going to come out to try to make a point. And I think they're going to keep their foot on the gas. I mean, they're going to be up by 2 touchdowns and still throwing the ball. Like I think they're coming out to show people, yeah, no, we ain't fall off yet. I think this will blow a game to the Chiefs.
Yeah, I mean, even if you watch them games, even though the Chiefs 1-2, you watch all three of the games, the Chiefs don't really look like they out of sorts. It don't really look like they're a bad team. It don't really look like they can't compete inside the AFC. It's just they had some bad breaks. Defensively, especially, they gotta short it up. But I think this could be maybe. I mean, I wouldn't call it a statement game. I think this could be a game for them to build their confidence back up and show people that we still can play at this level. We still young. So I expect this to be a blow. Chiefs.
First of all, the fact that you have a bad part of your team makes you a bad team. Football is the ultimate team sport. I don't care how much money y'all give Patrick Mahomes. He don't play defense. They say in the NBA, you don't play two sides of the ball. They say in no other sport. At the end of the day, you could have a world class offense like we saw in 2007, and you could have a defense that could give up Hail Marys and helmet catches, and you will not win the Super Bowl. Because if you have a bad offense or a bad defense, you are a bad team because you have a bad aspect. So at the end of the day, right now, the Kansas City Chiefs is a bad team. And that's why their record reflects the way they play.
Let's do
Now,
it.
offensively, like you said, it doesn't look like they're missing a beat. Patrick Mahomes isn't playing bad. Kelsey isn't playing bad. Hill isn't playing bad. The problem is, damn fellas on the defense getting torched over the top. If you look at the stats, Kansas City offense is still top 5 in the league.
Yeah.
So, like I say, the offense is still pretty good. That's a top 5 offense. The difference is the defense ranked 31. So you could put up 28 points, but if your defense giving up 30, you still lose. People had this problem for years. So right now they're a bad team until they fix the defense. But I still game with them because the Eagles doesn't have the offensive firepower to overpower their defense. So yes, their defense has holes. Their defense is very open at the top. You could blow the top off that secondary, excluding Teron Matthew, but he can't play every position. But to be honest, Jalen Hurts, I don't really see him throwing the deep ball much. I don't even see him having a number one really deep ball catcher. So he dinks and ducks and extends plays and get little 5 yards extension, 10 yards extension, which will help. And I feel like this is not gonna be a skunk game, like they're not gonna score or something like that. But I don't think they'll be able to keep up with the firepower of Mahomes. Um, and I feel like the Kansas City Chiefs know that there's a must win, and they, like you said, they will be up and they will continue to throw the ball and air it out because they know they have low fence this week.
Plenty slapping up the pick the Chiefs too. You know,
I just, I just
plenty
saying,
slap.
don't think
I
if
know
they
you.
win this,
I
I
know
don't
you
think.
think the Chiefs.
I just want to let y'all know. Don't think
Hey,
even if the Chiefs win this week, they good again. Still a bad team.
so
You just playing the next bad team.
we're not.
See,
I'm
but
not gonna say they're a bad team. They're not gonna. I'm not gonna say they're a bad team. They have been competitive in every one of their games. They're just maybe not a Super Bowl threat right now, and I could agree with that. But can they be a playoff contender? Yeah. I don't think anyone will want to see them in the playoffs.
With that defense right now, I I know plenty teams would love to see that in the playoffs.
Maybe the defense right now, when they
Exactly.
start peaking,
And that's what I'm saying. As
yeah,
of now, with that defense, you're a bad team
okay.
because you have a bad defense.
See, but that's what I don't get because on one end you would say, okay, you know what, the Panthers ranked number one in defense, but they play teams that can't score,
yeah,
so the
Mm-hmm.
defense that ranking isn't really valid.
Mm-hmm.
On the other hand, the Chiefs played some really good teams, so their defense ranked horrible, but they played some teams that are really, really good at scoring. But
yeah.
that ranking is valid.
Yeah, but do you actually watch these full games? I mean, we have Rev Trio, we could go
Yeah,
and we watch the full games. We have all access,
right. So
we got
okay,
everything on the Sunday ticket. You
mhm.
don't have to miss the action.
So tell me what team can stop the Chargers from scoring?
Sometimes you have to use the eye test. Like I tell people, even in NBA, like analytics is one thing, but the eye test will show you. Like
Right.
if you watch Kansas City, like these cornerbacks getting burned from wide receiver 2 and wide receiver 3, and you'll be like, no, they ain't just playing good teams. They really suck. Like they really, really suck. Because don't forget now, the Carolina Panthers, yes, their defense look good because they're playing bad offense, so their defense is ranked high. At the end of the day, with the Kansas City Chiefs, it ain't that you rank 30, like you say, they still putting up good points. But you know how stink your defense gotta be to allow 35 points. Like I don't even think the Jets allowing 35 points a game right now, bro. Like, come on now. Like let's be realistic
Or
about this.
some days the Jets is score what a dream. Anyway, you go the photo of Kansas City. Right now, I think their defense is bad right now, but
Yeah,
they
they
got
can bounce
the rest
back.
of the season to sort it out. Like G said, they've been playing some really yeah, a tough schedule so far. So if it softens up, then we'll see what happens. Our next 1 p.m. game, uh, you got the Houston Texans versus the Buffalo Bills. Right?
Oh,
I
that's the
already
easy
think
one for me.
I already think that's no surprise. So the one I going with Buffalo, yeah, Davis Mills. You know, I think he probably in for a wild ride today. I don't.
Who?
Tell you what, still out?
Yeah, I think he's still low. I think he's still low. Uh, so yeah, I think he in for a wild ride today. Yeah, I don't think that Bills defense will be too kind them. And then Josh Allen peaking at the right time now. You know what I mean? He's starting to peak a little bit. He's starting to put. I mean, he really didn't have no real horrible games to be real. He just
Yeah,
wasn't.
yeah.
It just wasn't spectacular. You know
I
what I
wouldn't
mean?
even say he peaking.
Yeah, people just expected a lot from him coming off what he did last season, and he just had normal games. But he's starting to play to the level we saw last season. So again, next one I don't really expect to be a close game. So I go in with Buffalo.
Yeah, they obviously game with Buffalo.
Yeah.
Buffalo is head and shoulders far apart, almost on well, maybe at every position than Houston right now. And offensively, defensively, special teams, I don't see no way of. Nah, this the NFL any given Sunday because, like we say, sometimes big teams play down to their opponents and small teams play up to their opponents. So you never know. But with Josh Allen having a point to prove, you just got that mega extension. Also, you got guys on the team. You got running backs now because I play fantasy who fighting for time and starts. This the type of team where you could go off and show the coach that hey, I should be RB1. So between Singletary and Zach Moss, when you touch that ball, you trying to explode through Houston
Right.
because you trying to prove your point that hey, I need more touches than this other guy. You're all sharing up my touches, which costing me money. Because at the end of the season, the NFL contracts are very incentive based. You gotta have a certain amount of touches, a certain amount of yards, a certain amount of touchdowns, a certain amount of this, that, and the next to get a certain amount of bonuses. Same thing with wide receivers. I see last week, what's the one? What's the guy who was in New Orleans who came to Buffalo? They're wide receiver too. Not obviously Stephon Diggs is number one.
Yeah, not step on this.
Anyway, it doesn't matter. But he came from New Orleans this year, and he came to Buffalo. And last week, for his 2 weeks, he's having trash weeks. I was ready to drop him in fantasy. Last week he gave me like 20. So it's like people are trying to solidify their spots still on offense. We know Josh Allen solidified, but now guys trying to say, hey, going forward, I am RB1, wide receiver one, or wide receiver two. And these are the type of games that you make your statement in. So I expect this to be a high scoring game for Buffalo
Yeah.
and a low scoring game for Houston because the defense will do the same thing. Guys like White, as the cornerback, these guys coming out to shut down your average wide receiver because he's saying, hey, I want to be considered one of the top cornerbacks in the league. So if I get low fence today, I trying to put you in the dirt on any snap because you ain't gonna show me up.
Right, right. I agree. I agree. I got Buffalo. I think this is a statement game, not for Buffalo entirely, but like you say, for the individual players, because there's a lot of battles going on. And I have Josh Allen in fantasy, and I have Stephon Diggs in fantasy. And Stephon Diggs ain't gone off yet. That's
No,
because Josh really spreading the ball.
exactly.
And then
And fellas is
after
hate that.
right, and then after week one, you had them really trying to focus on the running game too, because they don't want to just be pass dominated. So I think this game's going to be a statement game for individual players to say, okay, let me show you what I could do because they know they have low fans. So yeah, I think this could be an easy game for Buffalo.
Emmanuel Sanders is his name, by the way.
No, it's all right. Next game we got on the list. We got another 1 p.m. boy. We got New York Giants versus the New Orleans Saints. Who y'all
He's
got
so,
going with that one?
he's so sick and tired of New Orleans.
Why you second tired? That's it.
Because I just hate the inconsistency, bro. Like
Because they
either you could be
Anybody set up
consistently
last
good
week?
or you could be
right,
consistently bad.
right.
Like
You're
pick a
supposed to be
struggle,
good,
bro.
bro. You're supposed to be good. It's like
Yeah.
what's going on? I have Jameis and I have Danny Jones in vanity, and I'm like I think I can venture two of them because I don't know. I think I
Eh,
ventured two of them when I put a receiver at my backs.
If there's ever a game for the Giants to get one, it's probably this game. So I know. I think about picking the Giants. I go with the Giants. Let me go with my New York team. Uh, I got the Giants. Put on this one. Like you said, the inconsistency of the Saints. 1 minute they play great. Next minute, they wet the bed. Jameis up and down continues to be an up and down football player. You never know what you can get from him week by week. Um, Donnie Jones even playing really good over the last 2 weeks. So if it's ever a game for them to steal one, I think they can steal this one. So I'll pick the Giants on this one.
Good. That means I game with the Saints. Nah, this could be an easy one because Jameis up there. Don't forget now, this is Jameis' second chance at his career. You gotta realize they already have your backup there. Tyson Hill has been there. To be honest, some of the guys even wanted Tyson Hill to be the starter. That's
And
because
his helmet itching. He ready?
yeah, he
Yeah,
ready.
you ready for that?
He been ready from Drew Brees time. But the thing with the Giants is, yes, the Giants have very good potential. But when I look at this injury report, they got their two top wide receivers out, and Sterling Shepard and Slayton. Also, um, the running back, he is back from injury, but as you could see, the first 3 weeks, he is in I wouldn't say as explosive, but he's still ginger. Like he come back from injury, he
The
ain't like
water.
he sore or he hurting. It's just that you still have that injury on your mind. Like when he was a rookie, the dog was coming out there reckless. He was coming out there low on his shoulder, he's out there booming and going in and out. That injury, I wouldn't say hampered him physically, but mentally, he's starting to get his grasp on. Saquon is a very good running back, but mentally, he's slowly easing his way back into the game, and I don't see this being a game where the Giants can pull it out if you don't have your two wide receivers who honestly ain't really that good in the first place. And now you losing them, so you're getting a wide receiver 3 and 4. And then your running back, I expect them to really feed Saquon this game. But the New Orleans Saints can see that coming. And I could feel like if they can tell Daniel Jones throw the ball. And we know how that goes. He's okay, but we know how that goes. Lattimore is back. That secondary for New Orleans is getting stronger. But on the other side, I feel like Jameis might have one of them on off weeks, but this week he might be on. I say he throw 3 touchdowns, and the fans go crazy in New Orleans because they in the Superdome today. So
Put 3 picks.
that's easy.
Yeah, I got the Saints. I think the Saints are just overall better team than the Giants, and I think they're going to show it. I think Jameis is still has a point to prove with his replacement on the edge of the bench, just waiting for him to mess up. I think that's kind of why he being so safe because he ain't really throwing for much yards. He throwing for 150, 160 yards. He ain't taking too much risk because he know Taysom right there waiting. So I think he can play a safe game. I think the Saints can pull this one out.
I mean, that's a good thing. He probably plays a safe game. Is a safe game enough to get it done? Probably. But it also could backfire on him.
It's true too.
Uh, we got next game coming up 1 p.m. This is toilet bowl game. Um, we got the Colts versus the Dolphins. Now I gotta let y'all pick who you all want. Then I want.
Colts versus
No
Dolphins.
disrespect to Dolphins. All disrespect, but it's toilet bowl game. You know I'm watching this one. Yeah, Colts versus Dolphins. Uh,
Boy, that's a tough one because they equally stink. Uh, boy,
Tua still out.
not even as two as the anyway. Yeah,
yeah,
I
I
so
think so. Yeah, I mean, versus been playing better. Jacoby versus been playing better now. Dolphins may actually have a chance in this one.
they
Have a
actually
real chance.
do only because of their defense. They actually do have a chance, and the game is being played in Miami today. Oh boy, tough one for me. But obviously, I never like the Dolphins. So in this matchup, I go in with the Colts because don't forget we did say at the beginning of the season that they have a very explosive offense. They just haven't put the pieces together yet. I feel like today is the day you put the pieces together. One thing I can tell you about defense is this is why I rather have a Kansas City problem than a Miami problem. It's like I said, Kansas City has a top 5 offense. You could score with the best. All you got to do is hold fellas at the end and keep fellas off. But when you have a great defense, but you have a sorry offense, the defense get discouraged really quick. Because at the end of the day, it's nothing more hurtful than you getting 3 and outs, you getting stops. You on the sideline there with these big boys there with oxygen masks on their face and fellas them trying to catch their breath. And the second your offense go on the field, you turn your head for 2 seconds, they calling for the defense to come back on. And you be like, bro, y'all can at least run the ball 1, 3, 4 times. Let us catch our breath. Like it's nothing worse than when you can't like a defense get wear down pretty quick. So yes, Miami has a much improved defense, personnel wise and on the field, but that offense just ain't doing it. Like you say, Brissett is getting better. If he comes out to play today, they have a very good chance. But I ain't really no Dolphin fan, so I game with the Colts.
I think I got the Colts too. I think I don't know, but it's always hard to pick the Dolphins.
Hard.
It's hard.
Hard.
It's hard.
It's
It's
always
hard.
hard, right? So I think this the game when Strickers it out. He injured, right? He playing, right?
He
Because
playing.
He still have like I said, the ankle thing is still an issue,
mhm.
and I don't know that offensive line in what it looked like last year with Philip Rivers. I don't know if it's because, and I keep telling people that people praise the offensive line a lot, but when you can get the ball out quick, of course your offensive line will look good because you
Yeah,
ain't taking no sacks. But when you get someone in the back,
aka
they're patting the ball for
aka
5, 6.
Brady. Yeah.
Yeah, well, yeah. But when you in back there patting the ball for 5, 6 seconds and you taking all type of hits, people blaming the offensive line. But bro, how long you want me hold these guys up here? You fighting off
It's only
350
yeah, it's
pound
only
players, full
right.
steel, full
It's only
muscle.
so long.
What you want me to do, bro? So I don't know. My thing is, I'll put this in there. If Jacoby Brissett comes to play today, the Dolphins win. But I still pick him Cubs.
Yeah, my pick is the Colts. So I don't see the Dolphins having what it takes to beat the Colts. I think the Colts figured out this game. I hopefully from this game moving forward they play better ball because this is the one. This is the redeem game for them. Hopefully our boy Mike Strong get a couple touches.
Really?
And
Yeah.
the Colts pull
He
this one
probably
out.
could be in the building today, so hopefully he put it out. I mean, dog, I guess I'd say the Colts, right? It ain't gonna be. It's just a hard game to pick because I mean Carson Wentz don't really look like his mobility returning anytime soon. So, um, in addition to him just not really playing a great game, that's far for the season. And then Dolphins do have a strong defense, um, and locked in. So it's hard, but I probably still pick the Colts because I mean I think they have the tools on defense to contain Brissett from him having a big game. Um, and yeah, I guess I'll go with the Colts. I'll go with the Colts. It's actually a closer game than people think. I'll be
Yeah.
honest with
It will be. But like I say, I know
you.
Dolphin fans hate me. I don't care. As a Patriot, so of course y'all hate me. We've been thumping y'all for about 20 years, 30 years now. But I just don't see the Dolphins pulling this out. So it is what it is.
I'd say this.
Uh,
This basically a must win for Carson Wentz. I'd say that.
I feel so.
Like
I feel so
you don't want to lose
because
this game.
of the salary, man. Like if he was someone who got cut and you picked him up on like a minimum or a little 10 million a year contract, and you say, okay, I just need you to come in there and game manage, I wouldn't feel so bad for Carson. But you still playing on that extension you got for the Super Bowl that you didn't even win.
Hmm.
And now you want to come to another team with the guy who you say is your offensive coordinator, and that was the reason why you went downhill. But now you come to the team with him, and you're still 0-3. Come on, bro. You better go on fire today. You need to throw for
Yeah.
400 yards, 4 touchdowns, no interceptions. You even need to run on that bad ankle for about 25 yards.
Yeah, that's a must win. But this ain't gonna look good if he can't pull this one off. So let's see. He'll be winning next. Let's see. Next game, another 1 p.m. boy. We got Washington football team versus the Atlanta Falcons. So we all got winning this one.
It's another toilet bowl game.
Yeah,
But
not the bold one.
I got the Washington football team, even though they have Heineken as their QB. But yeah, I just hate the Falcons. Like, I don't think you realize, like, out of all of my Super Bowl wins that I've watched Brady win, I feel like that one against the Falcons was like, if football had just stopped the day after, I'd have been happy, man. Like, I just hate the Falcons, bro. Like, besides Julio Jones, who I respect very much as a wide receiver, I never liked the Atlanta Falcons. And it's just that you've been given hope for so long, even from the Vic days, but you never delivered. Never. And it's like I could be there. They like a farm team. Like they'll get guys and they'll turn them into something. and they'll make them stars, but they don't retain them. So the second you come up and say you draft a rookie or you sign a good player, and then he explode, then when you look, oh, the Falcons is letting this guy walk. Oh, they didn't re-sign him. But then you go and give people like Matt Ryan the bag. You go give other guys. I don't understand this. I don't know. You
Yeah,
even like even this offseason, you let go Julio Jones. I don't care how old Julio
I don't
Jones is.
I don't understand that one yet.
I don't understand that. I don't care how old Julio Jones is. You have Matt Ryan here, basically dragging his two back legs on the field, and you can let go Julio Jones, even at his age, who's still a top 5 wide receiver, and your quarterback ain't even a top 10, top 15 quarterback. Come on,
and
buddy.
your wide receiver too wasn't even
Yes, you
a
have
top
Calvin
10 wide
Ridley,
receiver too. I mean, like,
but he's a good wide receiver too. He ain't a wide
right,
receiver one,
right.
but he's
And
a
I
wide
mean,
receiver two.
let's be real. These guys been around the game long. They know way more than us. But I don't understand the logic
I
to
mean,
get
obviously
rid of
not because
Julio.
we see how the Falcons is performing. Like, which one would have been easier to replace? A
What's he
top
think?
wide receiver or a quarterback, which you could have found in the draft? It ain't like you had no low pick. You had very high picks. You what they draft? They draft Kyle Pitts. What number they draft picks at?
They got a
He
lot
was
higher.
top 10.
Yeah, they got a high lottery pick.
So if you had a top 10 pick, Mark Jones was still there, Justin Fields was still there. You had quarterbacks that you could have taken and get Matt Ryan off the books, but
They
you
had
ain't say
already
that.
invested too much in Matt Ryan
Yeah, I
that
Yeah,
don't
they
know what type
this
of
they
this
didn't want to worry about
Washington this Washington defense could give Matt Ryan something today. I don't see the
but
fucking tunnel with this game.
I want them bullying him today. I want them
yeah,
to destroy Matt Ryan today.
I think Washington the defense could be too much to handle for Atlanta. So I expect Washington to pull it out. Like you say, I ain't too sure how Heineken can play on the next side of the field, but it might not matter. It might not matter. Like,
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
probably will.
I,
there were a few weeks where it didn't matter for real.
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. So I go with Washington on this one. Um, Close game, but I still go with Washington. So I guess everybody agree on Washington.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, all right. So our next one, we got the Titans and the Jets. I saw an interesting stat that says Derrick Henry have more touchdowns than the entire Jets offense.
Okay then.
well, you got more yards too, or close to it.
Keep that same energy.
Ah, bro,
uh,
Derrick Henry about to eat. This about to be. If you thought which week that was last week, which week was this great? Was this
I
great
think
week?
that's week
uh,
two.
week
But
That's
two.
week two.
if you thought week two was crazy, I expecting uh, a twin performance this week, given that one, they could be up big, so they gonna have to run it all day, and two, both the star receivers are out. So I mean, if it's any week where you expect Henry to eat, Henry projected points and fantasy should be at least in the 30s.
of course.
Cause he would
That's
go off.
that's my running back one. I listen. I have him in both leagues, by the way. But again, definitely with the Titans. I don't care if there are two wide receivers and Tannehill was out and Derrick Henry snapping the ball from under center and running. I still was going with Derrick Henry and the Tennessee Titans over the New York Jets, not because basically of the Titans basically, but we have seen the Jets play now, yeah, and it's not entertaining. Um, right? See the thing with Derrick Henry, why you still could be so confident is that you know what's coming. You know you have to game plan for it. I've watched guys put 7, 8, sometimes even bring the safeties down and put 9 in the box. And when they hand that ball off, this man bumps off your first tackle, stiff arms your second tackle into the ground, and then still has the speed, even though he is one of the biggest running backs in the league to run away from your cornerbacks and safety. And I just be like, bro, this guy is on a different level. Like you used to see this type of running from guys like Adrian Peterson in his prime, or remember Chris Johnson when he had those 1 or 2 good years, or Latainian Tomlinson.
I
But
didn't say that.
none of
I
these
see.
guys have this guy's size.
Yeah.
If you look at the stats, all those guys are like 5'11", 6 foot max, 5'10". This guy is 6'3", 265 pounds, bro. How is he doing this? So, like I
Yeah.
said, it'd be a shocker to me if Derrick Henry doesn't go over 100 yards and 2 touchdowns today. Absolute shocker, especially against the Jets.
Yeah, I predict at least 3 touchdowns, to be honest. I predict 3 touchdowns, man.
That's done 18 points in fantasy. And you cut the yards, yeah. Oh boy.
The times. Listen, you looking at this computer, bro? Don't do it. Oh, that's what I'm. I you looking at this computer like he about to make
He internet wouldn't even allow him to say foolishness, to talk foolishness, but no Jets. I don't think the internet is like, hold on, he pausing. He about to say something. I think Cable Bombers and Rev was like, hey.
Hold on now, don't ruin our podcast.
Yeah. It's like, hey, that guy there. Let's slow him down a little bit. But
Ruin
like
our
I say,
podcast with this tweet.
the Jets are last in the league on offense and basically second to last in the league on defense. And they give up rushing yards more than last. Like they are 29th in the league in rushing yards to regular running backs.
Jesus.
And it's not just Derrick Henry. That offensive line actually creates a lot of holes that gives him the momentum. See, with big running backs, you can't get him momentum. Like Zeke them, that's why they try to stack the box and hit you before you build up speed. But if you really look at Tennessee offense, watch when you see Tannehill go under center, watch how far back Derrick Henry's be. Like Derrick Henry's be like 10 yards behind the line of scrimmage. You know why? Because when that ball snap, he want to catch that with momentum and he put his 2 hand on that. And by time he hit you, you don't want that coming at you full speed. So I feel like because if you look at smaller backs, like look at the 5'11" guys, 6 foot guys, you realize that they be much closer to the quarterback because they see they quick. So they want hurry up, get the ball with the snap, and they want hurry up, do their
And
little
go.
dance and shimmy.
Yeah.
But when you get a big running back like that, boy, sometimes think about it. If you was a linebacker, you don't see that by 10 yards back there. When they snap that ball, you see that hole open up and Derrick Henry coming straight at you full speed. Sometimes at the linebacker, you say, wait, hold on now. Next play I can get you. Next play I can get you. You win this one.
Sons, we be saying you hope you want about to do what we think you about to do.
Hey,
Your prediction for this game.
well, listen, I just
Save yourself.
say this, right?
Save yourself, bro.
Let me just say this off. Let me just say this off the top. I believe the Titans only forced like the entire season. Right? A team that really that really puts pressure on the bots, right? Which has been Zach Wilson's number one problem since he's came in the league. I think the potential is there for Zach Wilson to have a better game than he's been having.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
You know, and I
can
feel
agree with
eventually
that.
the Jets gotta break through and get one win. Also with missing Julio Jones, you know what I mean? That takes away a weapon from his offense. So with that being said, I still pick but I just want to highlight those factors. I won't pick the Jets bad, but I just didn't see enough yet. I think it's too early for me to pick them going to limit.
Good decision.
I mean, that was pretty easy.
They got a lot of
And
work
I really,
going.
that wasn't really that
Yeah,
difficult.
I mean, maybe at some point
So
this
I'll
season,
go with the Titans.
I doubt it, but maybe at some point this season they break through. But it definitely be against this team.
Yeah, they ain't gonna be. Um, the next game I see coming up, we got Detroit Lions versus the Chicago Bears. Now, two of these is
Yeah, it won't be.
toilet bowl teams, I would say, but there's a lot of storylines. How do you all feel about that one? The Lions are 0-3, I think, but that could be deceptive. What do you think about it?
I
Um,
think the Bears
I
defense.
think the
I
Bears
think the,
position is a no game.
What?
you don't think the Bears what?
I think the Bears in position to win no game right up and now.
Really? Against the
Give it,
Detroit Lions?
because of Justin Fields.
I think they just it's a lot of things going on. I mean, I think with their offense, I don't feel as if Matt Nagy have a good handle on how to use Justin Fields. Um, I mean, defensively, they I mean against this Lions team, they probably could put up some numbers, but I think I guess I could see this being a game where Jaguars breaks through against a team that's sort of struggling, not only also internally. So uh, I go with a close one.
Uh, yeah, I got the Bears. I think the Bears defense is going to be too much for the Lions at this point. I got the Bears. I don't really look at their offense and say, yeah, are their offense going to win them games. I think their defense is really would stand out. And yeah, I don't think the Lions have enough to beat the Bears defense.
Boy. This is a tight one for me, even though, like I say, this is a toilet bowl game. But sometimes them toilet bowl games be so interesting because they're equally as bad. So it's like a real hard fought game to see who's the worst, basically. Um, I don't know. I like I say, I feel like that offense that the Detroit Lions isn't that bad. Jared Goff has been playing okay this season. Um, the only problem is their defense suck. Their defense allow the second most points in the league. So it's like with a quarterback there who has intangibles. Like this is not a pocket quarterback who you'd be like, oh, like Wilson and the Jets, you could be like, oh, he's a pocket quarterback, so we just send a bunch of pressure. And obviously, it's been working all season. That's why he can't perform. But with Justin Fields, you could send all the pressure you want. He could dance around. He's mobile. He could come out of the pocket. He could extend plays, and I think he has a point to prove, especially after last week's performance. Being a rookie, you don't want too much bad performance stacked up against you. And I don't know. It's tight because I want to go Lions, but I really want to see Justin Fields succeed. Um, boy, team wise, I must say, looking at it team wise, the Lions have a better chance of winning. Boy, but I think they faulty up too much with Justin Fields last week. I think I can go with the Bears because I feel like that team will rally around him and try to get him of his first win,
Right.
especially against Detroit. Like if you
Right.
lose against
And
Detroit
this
and have another bad game, bro, we need
they bring it back that.
yeah. So something else got to You might as well let Dalton finish off the season or go find Cam Newton someplace on Miami Beach or something.
Yeah, but this is the game to do it though. You got a rookie quarterback who needs
Let's
to get
break
his
for a
confidence up.
big break.
Your camp campaign go on all season.
Probably tell me season or so.
Yeah, okay. Oh yeah.
All right, from what I'm reading on my schedule, I think that's it for the 1 o'clock games. Let's get into the
Been a
four
contender for
o'clock
game of the week as
games.
well. Uh,
Yeah, we do have a contender for game of the week. And for the 425 games, I see Baltimore and Denver. Now, y'all 3 Denver fans, all these Broncos slapping up. He ain't been good since Peyton Manning left. Now, all of a sudden, everybody out of the woodworks, all we 3-0. But the problem with that is the opponents that Denver has been playing are 0-9. So you haven't played anybody yet who's even won a game in the NFL. So I don't see it being even close because I go with Baltimore. And the reason why I could confidently say I go with Baltimore is because Denver's greatest asset is the pass rush. Lamar's greatest asset is his legs. So it's like you playing into his game. He wants you to be overly aggressive, and he wants the offensive line to spread you out and contain. And then when he goes up the middle, or if he runs outside and goes round, you finish. Your secondary suck. Um, their linebackers are average at best. The only thing they still have is Chubb, who is still injured, and you have the D lineman who they give all that money to. That's why they can't build a good team around him because you won't give a D lineman almost $100 million. So I guess this would be easy pick for me again with Baltimore. I don't know how to feel about that, but I get Baltimore.
Yeah, I got Baltimore too. I think the Ravens. Granted, okay, Broncos were playing teams that are not so great, but they still playing good though. I mean, like we say, a dead team is teams that can't even beat dead teams. That's not
True.
the Broncos. The Broncos could beat dead teams. When you
Yeah.
losing to dead teams, then I wouldn't even like. Are you considering this a tolerable game? No.
Um, no, because of the
Right.
matchup. But if you look at points allowed, Denver is ranked first. Like I say, these things, these analytics and all this crap, they will like make it seem something that isn't. Denver is ranked first in points allowed, so they're trying to say that they give up the least amount of points.
Right. Yeah.
But you play
So
the Jets and the Houston Texans, and you play like nobody, bro. So it's
yeah.
like, don't get all hype up and saying that defense is so great. Like that's the defense of 2015. Of course it isn't. But I feel like Lamar Jackson and they've won. They lost their first game. They've won 2 in a row now. I see they activated Le'Veon Bell.
Mm.
I don't really think he's going to be a factor in this game,
No,
but
they got too much. They got too much.
um, they're still they're still top in the league in rushing, even though they don't have their star running backs because their quarterback gives them so much rushing yards. So
Mm.
I go in with Baltimore easily in this one.
Yeah, I got the Ravens too. I think, like you say, what's his name? Jackson is gonna be overcompensating for the fact that he doesn't have his star running backs, and I don't think the Broncos could handle that. I
yeah,
got the Ravens this week.
I got the Ravens. And I mean, probably should be putting more respect on the Broncos' name, considering they 3-0, right? But I don't think they've faced a quarterback this explosive this season. And he playing at peak performance right now. I think that's going to be a lot for their defense to handle. Although their defense starts to look really good, and that he can put a lot of pressure on their defense. And then on the other side of the football, I guess, can Teddy Bridgewater sort of match him, to make this an entertaining game? I think he will. I think it'll be a close game, but I got the Ravens sweeping. So, Lamar Jackson on a mission.
Yeah,
Well, I give it to the. I say that's easy pick. At least for me. Next game we got on the 4 o'clock radar. Boy, y'all beloved. These are two of these teams is your all beloved teams that I've been proven wrong a lot of times. We got the lousy Pittsburgh Steelers and y'all Ben Roethlisberger and y'all defense that you also claimed was so good at the
They
beginning of
ain't
the season.
claiming Glenn Roethlisberger. Stop that.
Y'all were saying
Yeah.
he could carry
No
the
one say
team.
nothing about that.
Boy, we got tape. Y'all were saying that the defense is good enough that all Ben have to do is
Right.
contain the game
Yeah,
and they would be a good team this season. The
right.
man throw an interception to a defensive lineman. This man ain't even move. The lineman stand there like this and put his hand up, and Ben Roethlisberger throw the ball right in his hand. A defensive
Right.
lineman.
So
How you miss a
so
350-pound guy standing
All
in
right,
front of you?
so but you heard the analysis. The defense can carry him. That's basically what we were saying. He wasn't saying, "Oh, Big Ben so good."
exactly.
He's saying Big Ben on his way out, but the defense can carry him. All he have to do
Way
is
out.
stay in the game.
Big Ben right now is probably a zombie right now. He's done
Say,
died and still playing as a corpse right now. Big Ben was finished. I've been telling guys he was finished 2 years ago. From he had the whole elbow situation. I always telling guys, number one, his legs has been gone. People forget that when Big Ben first came in the league, he was more mobile. He was
And
more of
yeah,
a play extender than a
and
passer.
moving. Yeah,
And them legs were finished. And from there, you realize that they had good teams, but they never could have made it to the Super Bowl or maybe even the conference finals after Big Ben started his decline. And now this guy ain't even on a decline now. This guy is like to the bottom of the ocean. He's like off the coast of Andros or something in the tongue of the ocean. And people still vouching for this guy. Like Big Ben is finished. Please get Haskins on the field and let that young man have a second chance at his NFL career. Because Big Ben's NFL career is done. I get with the Green Bay Packers. As much as I don't like Aaron Rodgers,
as much as you hate Aaron Rodgers,
I want Aaron Rodgers them to blow the gates off of friggin' Pittsburgh today, because I could not like Aaron Rodgers, but I could still respect him because he's still on a high, playing at a high level. That Ben Roethlisberger, and Claypool is out too.
yeah,
Okay,
okay, cool.
cool.
I not that he's using it, but I got the Packers as well. I mean,
they got to the ball box to the
I got the Packers. I think, yeah. I mean, Rodgers from MVP. I mean, this is a no-brainer. Jones, being Jones.
Current MVP.
Yeah. Things ain't looking good for the Steelers this week. I got the Packers.
Yeah, I mean, this is an easy one. I ain't really got to go in explanation. I got the Packers.
Yeah.
The Packers have come to play. They seem to look better since that week one letdown. So I expect them to come out ready to play and ready to put away a Steelers offense that can't really compete with them. So until the Steelers resolve that bench situation, like I said, I think I said this last week that there's another place where camp can be in a safe place. So we'll see. Some situations are opening up. Who's got a backup QB with Dwayne
Haskins, yeah.
Haskins and then that boy who tried cause Miles Garrett. I don't want to see him. I don't want to see him touch the field either. His career, when Ben leave, let him go too.
Yeah, so they have Ben, who is a washed up former All-Pro QB, and they got dudes who barely holding on to their league spots in Mason Rudolph and Dwayne Haskins. So,
Haskins.
yeah, that's where I think my camp campaign could see some light of day looking by mid-season. But yeah, I expect the Packers to handle this one easily. All right. So we almost saw games of the week.
Almost. We got one more game. I think this should have been, or maybe could have been, a candidate for game of the week.
Yeah, this is a candidate for game of the week.
I'd say this is Seattle versus San Francisco.
Yeah, this is a candidate for game of the week. Barely missed the bet. But what are y'all expecting out of this game?
Oh boy.
I expect Seattle to bounce back. I think Seattle is a better team than they showed last week. I expect Wilson and Lockett to get back to their deep ball ways. As much as I love San Fran, as much as I love Jimmy G, I don't see them beating the Seahawks this week. I think the Seahawks 1-2, eh? I think their record is 1-2 right now.
The Seahawks 1-2 and San Francisco 2-1.
4-1.
San Francisco what? 2-1.
Yeah.
1-1.
Yeah, I think Seahawks have added motivation now. They're not dropped to 1-3. And last game, last week was a tough week for them. I think they bounced back this game and
Yeah.
beat San Francisco.
I mean, look, San Fran had a hard time stopping um, your boy, Devontae Adams. Had a hard time stopping him last week. So I don't think they'll have an easier time with Metcalf and who's the other receiver they have?
Lockett.
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 Metcalf and Lockett. I don't think they'll have an easier time with Metcalf and Lockett. Um, I expect Russell Wilson to have a great game, and I expect them to beat them. I don't think it's going to be a blowout again, but I do think it's going to put more pressure for Trey Lance to take over that starting QB position.
So your pick is?
I got Seahawks.
And what Grayling get?
Seahawks.
I like him with San Francisco.
Your motivation.
That's why you had
That's why you got bust last week.
yeah.
I get with San Francisco because number one, I really don't like the Seahawks. But after the Atlanta Super Bowl, I feel like the Seahawks Super Bowl we win. The Seahawks Super Bowl win was another. That was one for the ages. That was one of the most heartbreaking. I love that. I really don't like Russell Wilson. Russell Wilson makes it hard for guys out here. That's another story. But I feel like as much I don't really like Jimmy Garoppolo. But the good thing is I don't have to because they have Trey Lance. So Jimmy Garoppolo could see, obviously, like you see the little hourglass thing that people put up with the little sand dripping. Jimmy Garoppolo could look at his hourglass and could see that he's running out of sand and running out of time in San Francisco. You're not that guy. You're not the franchise quarterback. If you were, they wouldn't draft a quarterback at number 3. Obviously, they would have drafted someone to give you help because they feel like you was the future. And I just feel like Jimmy Garoppolo is one bad game away from holding the clipboard. So I guess
you can't. Jimmy will have more opportunities in the league if he's let go.
Yeah. I say he finished.
Yeah.
I don't know with this team.
Okay.
He's finished. You're not that guy on this team, I should say, and you're not their franchise quarterback. Jimmy could go to another team that he could plug in. He could go to the Steelers and plug in.
Yeah.
But in San Francisco, they give you the time, they gave you the money, they give you everything in the world, and you didn't produce. So now they done find they new little side thing. And the thing is they ain't even hiding it. They just let dog come on the field with you.
Yeah.
So it's like y'all going on double dates and stuff. He just didn't know.
Who the running back is? Who's San Fran running back is?
It's up in the air. The Mitchell guy, I think it's Elijah Mitchell.
Given that someone went down.
Yeah, he was injured. He was injured as well. He had a shoulder injury.
But he's an injury replacement for the starter. Who's RB1 coming into the season?
I think he's out for the season. What the guy name? Yeah, they put him on my IR. Mozart, I think. Mozart, whatever they call him.
So
he's out for the season.
I guess that kind of explains their weak ground game in a sense.
And Mitchell, to be honest, when Mitchell was in there, Mitchell was making a difference. I watched their games a lot, and Mitchell was making a difference. But with him not being 100%, I can't guarantee that it's gonna be the same. So, but that, like I said, you got Trey Lance, and I feel like that offense, it'll be a good game. It's not gonna be a blow. It's not gonna be an easy game. But Tyler Lockett is also on the injured list as questionable. I think he's gonna play, but he have a hip injury.
That's not something saying he's gonna
a hip injury to a wide receiver. That ain't a good injury to have. So with that being said, you could now stack the box against Metcalf, and we all know that the Seahawks don't have a big running game. So if you could put pressure on Russell Wilson and don't give him nobody to throw to deep down the field, I feel like
Trey Lance. Yeah, Lockett is expected
He
to
could be
play
there.
today.
Yeah, he'll play, but like I say, with a hip injury, you ain't gonna be number
Probably
one
gonna
Lockett. You ain't gonna
be
be top Lockett.
a little bit limited.
Yeah, you be a
Yeah.
little gimpy. So I ain't with
Trey
San Fran.
Lance is run the ball for them.
He does.
Yeah, so what that is, that's
Seahawks,
San Fran.
and then
Yeah.
Yeah, I go on with San Fran.
okay, and now we got. I guess we could start off with
Yeah, the Arizona Cardinals
yeah,
and the Los Angeles
Rams.
Rams.
Yeah, so that should be
Two very high powered team.
that's
Um,
0-5 game.
yeah, two
Undefeated
very
teams
high
for both of
powered
them.
teams. I don't know. It's a tight one.
That's a
Yeah, that's
tight
a
one.
tight one.
Uh, Potentially to be a shootout. Potentially to be a real shootout. 2 3-0 teams. I think I will go with the Rams. Those I trust um, Matthew Stafford in these situations a little bit more. I think the Rams they sights pretty set pretty high. Obviously, Cardinals are a really good team as well, but I think the defensive um, intensity from the Rams it won't necessarily bother Kyler Murray. I think he's still have a great game, but I think that'll probably be a difference. I'll go Los Angeles.
Now, remember at the start of the season, I said there's certain teams I wasn't going against regardless.
Mm-hmm.
And the thing is, both of those teams are in this game. So I have to go against one. And watching the tape and seeing what's going on, to be honest with you, um, it isn't as close as people think it is. It may be on the field, but if you look at it, the Rams are a heavy favorite because of their strengths is definitely the weakness of the Cardinals. At the end of the day, the Rams have a pass rush that is crazy. The Cardinals have a horrible offensive line. Kyler Murray will be running for his life. And you know what the problem is with Kyler Murray is? Kyler Murray, even though he throws a lot of touchdowns, he also throws a lot of interceptions because he just puts the ball out there. I mean, you got DeAndre Hopkins. I mean, you should just be putting the ball out there. But to be honest with you, you don't have a strong running game. And even if you did, you're going up against the Rams. So it's like I see him being flushed out of the pocket a lot today and throwing a bunch of 50-50 balls. And that's not a good recipe with Jalen Ramsey out there, ball hawking, and a few other guys who are playing at a high level. You see what they did to the Buccaneers and Tom Brady last week. I feel they're coming off a high. And also, people keep forgetting with the Rams have one of the lowest rushing yards per game. But with Sonny Michel now filling that slot and coming on stream, if you watch that game last week against the Buccaneers, Sonny Michel now is coming on stream, and Sonny Michel is going to fit in perfectly to be that back that could give you when you're on 3rd and 3, you don't always have to throw the ball. You could get a first down now with your running back because now you have a consistent RB1 in that offense. So look for Sonny Michel to get a lot more touches this week. Look for him to have a good game. Even when he was with the Patriots, he had 100 yards game, even when he wasn't even the focal point of the offense. So with that being said, again with the Rams, and if Kyler Murray start all that lobbing ball up in there, I don't even think it'll be close. I feel like if he doesn't contain and control the ball today, they could get blown.
Yeah, I believe too much in the Rams defense to go with the Cardinals as much as I like Kyler Murray for MVP this year.
Me too.
I think that pass rush combination with the safeties that the Rams have it'd be too much for Kyler Murray. Like you say, he could be running for his life, and he good for it because he could run.
Yeah, he could
But
run now.
at some point, and I can't say. I mean, y'all keep running off these lucky plays, but with the Rams, it's like that defense just so good that your luck eventually run out. You
Yeah,
may
that's one.
get one or two Hail Mary 50-50 ball, but that third one you throw, But I
Yeah,
thought when you told what you could be for the game, ain't gonna happen.
Yeah, and that
and I
running thing, like I say, that's not a successful recipe for
yeah,
quarterbacks in the NFL.
and I said that before too. Like even though Kyler Murray started entertaining, and like I would say, he should be in the MVP race. You also got to look and ask yourself, is that sustainable to win games when it really matters?
Right.
Now, we're not in a playoff scenario with the Rams coming. This is as close to a playoff scenario as probably get in a regular season.
Right.
So, is that a sustainable style when the games really matter? I don't know. I don't think it is, and I guess we'll see later on in
You
the
know,
Question.
season.
This is something we could probably discuss on Tuesday when we get back and go over these picks when I obviously will win. But when was the last time a mobile quarterback won the Super Bowl besides Mahomes? Because he has an arm. I talking about like
He's an
a leg a
Shaggy
leg
mobile,
first quarterback.
a leg first quarterback.
Mahomes is mobile, but he's not a leg first quarterback. He could
Yeah.
put that ball out there 80 yards and he could put it on a dime. I'm
Uh
talking about like Kyler Murray, Watson, Lamar
Jackson,
Jackson, uh, Kaepernick. He made it there.
Cam.
if
I think
but
Cam is
Cam made it there, but what
well,
happens?
well, we'll say this. Like they've been able to compete at a Super Bowl level. When you talk about
Exactly.
Kaepernick and Cam, like most recently, those are the two names that come to mind. They've been able to compete at a Super Bowl level. But obviously, like you say, maybe one breaks through, maybe, but eventually you do run into a quarterback on the next end who making plays every time down the field. But it's passing, and it's hard to match that when you're basically a leg first quarterback. It's really hard to match that.
Exactly. Because
So
if you notice too, people like to say Mahomes. The reason why I say Mahomes is not a leg first, Mahomes, if you notice, he will run around, but he runs backfield. Like he runs around, extends plays in the backfield because he likes to throw. Whereas these guys who I talking about, they run for rushing yards. Cam
yeah,
them used to get tons of rushing yards. Kaepernick used to get tons of rushing yards. If you look at Mahomes, he doesn't get tons of rushing yards. He gets far more passing yards than rushing yards. But if you watch the Super Bowl that he played against the Buccaneers, the Super Bowl that I can get to that right now. The Super Bowl that he played against the Buccaneers, when they made him run and didn't give him time in the backfield, he had to actually run for running yards. You see the difference? When you actually have to make him pull that ball down and cross the line of scrimmage, and then you take his arm totally out of play, you see the difference what happened in the Super Bowl? Now you can't even put up points. Now, this guy is saying Wilson. Like, really? You think Russell Wilson legs is better than his arms? When has Russell Wilson legs ever been better than his arms? He's another. He's like a Mahomes to me. He will extend plays. I give him
right.
that.
But
But does he get 50, 60, 70, 80 rushing yards a game?
you know what? You know who reminds me of him? I think Murray reminds me of him a little bit. I think when Murray
Yeah,
comes
younger him.
right when Murray
yeah.
comes into his own, he will be throwing more. But Murray reminds me a lot about Wilson. But to say Wilson was a rushing quarterback, he can rush better than the average quarterback. But
Yes,
like you say,
I
is
said legs
his
first.
right?
Yeah,
Is his concept legs first? I
No.
don't
he
know.
got an arm. He got
It
an arm.
definitely
Like,
ain't. It definitely don't compare to the ones we list off.
yeah, because
Cam,
Lamar Jackson, even though
Jackson.
he can throw the ball, but that guy is leg first. Trust me, that's leg first. Cam, even though he's slinging passes that year with the Panthers, that still was leg first.
Yeah,
He's leg
he's always
always
leg
leg.
first.
Michael Vick, we've seen what Michael Vick does with that left hand pass. He could zip a ball all over the field, but
He's leg first.
that's leg first. So
RG3.
yeah, Wilson could be considered. Well, I ain't even getting an RG3. Wilson could be considered a very mobile quarterback and someone who could get out of the pocket and he could run for first down. But when we talk about legs, it's like Cam them used to run from touchdowns from like 50 yards out,
Okay, but
30
that's a
yards
question.
out, 40
Was
yards out.
was Wilson leg first QB when he won Super Bowl? He's not now. Was he a
Yeah,
leg first when he beat Denver?
And who beat Denver? The Legion of Boom or
and
Russell Wilson?
he used to
Come on,
use more of his
don't.
legs back then.
No man, I just asking. I
No, but
only
it don't
asking this.
it
Years
don't
ago.
matter. You
Years
said
ago.
when was the
I
last time?
mean,
a
There you go.
quarterback won the Super Bowl. He's the quarterback who won the Super Bowl. So you can't say
He
no.
used more of his legs back then.
Okay.
He used more of his legs back then. But he also had the threat of the deep ball.
He
Like you
still
But
have
had
to
the
no,
deep
but
see.
ball, and they
yeah,
still had prime Marshawn Lynch. Don't
right.
make it seem like it was Russell Wilson
No,
being Russell Wilson.
no.
Russell Wilson
But
wasn't Russell Wilson until he threw that
to
interception,
go,
and he
but
realized that his career was almost over.
to get to your point is legs,
Yes,
leg first QBs only could go so far, and so far that's been proven, especially recently. I don't know, but back in the day, but from since I started watching, leg first QBs only went so far. That's correct. You're right.
and exactly like the second year, like I say, the second year defense fall off. Remember when that Legion of Boom was pissed off at him for throwing that interception, and guys started dropping left, right, and center. What happened to legs first? Or so you all say legs first. You still become an average quarterback after that. Well, not average, but average team after that. Because when they rely on you, a leg first quarterback is not gonna get it done. To be honest with you. At least not at this stage in the game. Seeing it with Lamar Jackson, people were so mesmerized by him his first year. But if you look at that Baltimore defense is very nice. It still is nice.
Yeah.
It's good for
So
highlights.
yeah, it's a good
It's
highlight
good for
thing. But a
highlights.
leg
Good
for his
for highlights.
quarterback, it's rough.
Yeah,
It's good.
it's
It's a
good for
good.
highlights.
It's a good
But
team to put on national TV.
yeah, I think honestly, maybe a breakthrough, but you have to put really perfect team around him. It have to be a perfectly built team around him offensively, but to really, take off breakthrough. So maybe it happens. But
I
we'll
think
see.
it will, but it ain't be
Yeah.
this year. Um, so we all going up.
Everybody going Rams.
Oh,
Oh, okay, that's the
okay.
easy one.
Rams. Yeah. Uh, Next game is we should do this game last considering it's the big X game.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
let's
Do
do
that
it
Who
last.
playing?
now.
Who playing Monday night?
Do that last. Monday
And
night
then
is
it was
Raiders.
Raiders and
Raiders.
Ravens. And
Raiders. Raiders and who?
no, I say Ravens. Raiders and Chargers.
Right,
Raiders and
right, right.
Chargers Monday night. All right, so let's go. Raiders and Chargers. I think Derek Carr playing at an extremely high level. The Chargers, they had a good win last week. They still a little Jekyll and Hyde to me. You know what I mean? They up 1 minute, down 1 minute, but they should play up to the standard of this Raiders team. But I still will probably have the Ravens putting it out, just because, like I said, they've been playing at such a high level. Everything is clicking on for them on offense, and I expect them to pull this one up.
I got the Chargers. This is one of those teams where I expect to get better every week after week. Improve, and for them to be improving on last week means they will play a pretty good game. So I think the Raiders finally get beat. I got the Chargers taking this one.
Oh boy, it's tough. It's tough because I like the Raiders this year. Not to go to the Super Bowl or not, but I have them to make the playoffs. Um, but I love that Justin Herbert. Like I liked him
I
from
like
he
them.
was drafted.
I like
I
them.
always thought he was the steal of the draft.
He was.
Like
He was.
Yeah,
yeah, so it's
I like them.
like I say, I see certain things like even this year, that whole Trevor Lawrence thing, I never did like. But I don't know how they do that whole Mel Kiper thing and however they is analyze who should be number one. I don't understand it. But some of these guys who they pick, I don't see it. But Justin Herbert, I saw it in, and bro, this is a tough game for me. Being also a division rivalry, I saw them say something the other day. Say, I think it's in LA, right? They're
It's
playing at
Yeah,
the Chargers,
yeah, it's in charge.
and
in LA.
I think Derek Carr said that
That's a home game for them.
yeah, more people will be Raiders fans than Chargers fans. And boy, you have something there. Because I agree. Because don't forget, the Raiders were Oakland and LA, whereas the Chargers was San Diego. When the Chargers was good with Latavian Tomlinson and Philip Rivers and all that, they was down in San Diego.
Yeah.
They was too good to mix with the common folk. San Diego is big city. Now you come down here to the common folk and you want to try to get fan base. No, bro. I think the Raiders got the fan base there. And to be honest with you, again Raiders. Again Raiders. I feel like the Raiders can pull it out. I feel like they can feel like a home game. They can have the crowd behind them, and I just want them to get that win. I want the Raiders to build up as much wins as they could because I feel like they will have a slump at some point. But I want them to win as much games as they could while they could, and this is a winnable game for them. So not gonna be close. I mean, not gonna be easy. I should say it will be close, but again with the Raiders.
Okay. Last one, the most
One we
anticipated game of the season.
one we've all been waiting for.
The
But
one we
tickets
also
like
went for.
$2,000.
I think it's safe to say it's probably be one of the highest rated NFL games of all time, if not the highest rated. We
Regardless
got,
of the score.
regardless of the score, we got Tom Brady returning back to Foxborough, returning back to New England to face his old team, his old stomping grounds. Homecoming, he called it on social media. We got the Pats versus the Buccaneers. Now, I gotta ask y'all who y'all think will win this game. I think y'all let us know who you think will win this game. Um, so let's just skip the predictions and let's go to what we think this. How do you expect this game to go down? What do you think is going to be the emotions of this? Um, the storylines. What are some of the most important storylines for y'all?
I think it's gonna be so uh emotional and so starstruck that I don't even think the Pats are gonna come to compete. I don't think so. I think the Bucks are gonna run away with the
Crazy,
game. I think the Bucks are gonna run away with the game. I think everyone's gonna be, especially the moment he passes, he reaches a milestone where he get the most yards of all time. I think that is gonna be everyone, even the Pats congratulating him. Oh, he's a goat, and someone could be mic'd up. You get people saying, "Congrats, man, you the goat." I think it could be so focused on Tom, the Pats ain't gonna come to play.
Um,
I could be
I,
wrong.
I, I, I have never in my whole life ever seen the Patriots not come to play, even if we're far underdogs. Even when 2008, when Brady was down, the Patriots I think still won 10, 11 games that year. Even last year when Brady left, the record may not reflect it, but even with Cam there, guys came to play. Every game, it was no blow. Like if you look at our schedule, we lost a lot of fumble games by Cam, field goal kicks, turnovers at the end of the game. We could have easily been a 10-win team, 9-win team last year if the turnovers or these were very winnable close games. Um, to be honest, that's why I like my team. Um, they also fight. Not saying that, keep in mind, not saying that the score will be close. They will fight, but you only could fight with what you have. You ever heard a saying you can't bring a knife to a gunfight?
Right.
If I only bring a knife, big brother, that's all I got. Now I can fight with my knife, but you probably can win because you have a gun. But they will
Hmm.
fight. They will
Yeah,
put up
but
that
I
fight.
mean,
Don't think they can come out there and lay down because it's Tom Brady. I feel like Belichick will send a lot of zero blitzes at him. I feel like Belichick will send because you know his weaknesses. You was the man who trained him to protect his weaknesses. Brady will be trying to get the ball out quick because I know they will send pressure. Um, they will be playing a lot of stunt defense, crisscrossing at the line, drop ins, dropouts. You can't show the zone. See, the thing with Brady is Brady wins a play before the ball is snapped. Bill Belichick is the master of disguise. So Bill Belichick will have you out there looking like you in a cover two. And then the second Brady snaps the ball, the lineman drop in the coverage. No pressure is coming, and you got 11 fellas in the field now, and you looking for two wide receivers or something like that. Like it's good to see the mind space that these guys will be in. Um, and also, like, I like the rivalry. We spoke about this before we came on, but we was talking about basketball. I love the rivalry and where these two guys are ultimate competitors.
mhm.
Like, even though they're friends, you will see them probably shake hands and put hands on each other's shoulder, but it's not gonna be no buddy cracking jokes. Hey, how's the wife? Hey, what the kids saying? No, bro. It's hey, you're a hell of a player. Hey, you're a hell of a coach. Hey, I respect you. You're the goat. Yes, that's what I like to see, but it will be intense. I love the intensity of this matchup because you know how Bill is. Bill will give you your credit, but you gotta beat it over it. If
Yeah.
you see the Patriots win this game, Tom Brady might as well retire. Because listen, I Bill Belichick just nonchalantly will just. I think he would cry. I think Tom Brady would cry if the Patriots come out and blow the Bucks out. Tom Brady sitting aside, and he got them tantrum. He
Yeah,
could
I
throw
would
a
say
temper tantrum at
ain't no
halftime.
cry, ain't no
He'd
crier. He
curse
would curse
everybody out,
Yeah.
exactly.
and then he'd come in the second half, probably still curse everybody out. And at the end of the game, he would literally sit down there with his hand on his face and be like, "Bro, what the hell just happened? How could y'all lose this game?" He'd probably take a separate flight back. I don't even think he'd fly on the Buccaneers team going by. He'd say, "But anyway, hey Robert, we still cool? Let me that Patriots plane. Drop me off in Tampa Bay before you head out to CA." But I don't see it happening. I see the Bucks winning by a far margin, but I still don't expect it to be like a snoozer. I don't expect
Yeah.
it to be like 45-3 or something like that. I feel like Mac Jones knows that this is your chance. If you wanna, if
Oh
you
man,
wanna get, if you wanna get in Bill Belichick's good books, you don't
yeah,
even have to win. Mac Jones got to come out there and put his heart on the line. If you see Mac Jones come out there, make sharp, strategic throws, call audibles at the line that makes sense, and he could contain that game without even. I give him one turnover because the Bucks defense is so good. Let's not underestimate that. He could throw interception. Don't forget they also signed Richard Sherman. He could, which I tell you was gonna happen Tuesday night. Um, he could throw an interception. He might even get couple sacks. But if he could come out there and play with some heart and actually make this a game, and you turn this in, that's all Bill Belichick wants in him. He wants a fight. That's how Tom Brady won the job. Tom Brady actually won the job because he showed Bill Belichick that, hey, I can handle this role. And once you can
Yeah.
handle a role, he can put players around you.
This could be a very intimidating game for Mark Jones.
yeah,
You
very.
you playing you playing against the Patriot legend, the guy who more than likely you've been told to emulate. You've been told to study him, right? And if you grow up a football fan like he has, a guy who's most likely your idol, and now you playing in his stomping grounds, his old stomping grounds, where his legacy was cemented, where now you are being tasked with being the future of this
Replace.
franchise,
Right. So you got to
right?
fill his. You technically got to fill his shoes.
You technically got to fill these shoes. This is an extremely intimidating game. So I would not be mad at him if he plays a bad game today because this is a very intimidating game for anybody. But like you say, you hope that he rises to the challenge and you hope that he comes to compete. No one expects the Patriots to win this game. Everybody expects the Buccaneers to pull this out. But like X Factor mentioned, make no mistake on both sides. Bill Belichick does not want to lose this game, and he will do everything in his power to win this game. The same way that Tom Brady does not want to lose this game, and he will do everything in his power to win this game. The others on both sides may feel a little bit differently. You have some players on the Patriots who may not really feel invited to, who may just say, you know what, it's just another game for me. We don't
They
really
know that.
expect to win, right? And then you may have some players on Tampa Bay who say, we expect to blow this team right out. You know what I mean? But Brady and Belichick are not taking this game lightly on either side. They both are very competitive people. They want to win this game badly. So I
That
expect
that Patriot
Belichick to
defense ain't
really
no
game
slouch,
plan.
you know.
Yeah, I expect Belichick to really game plan as to how he will stop Brady, and I think it'll be that's an interesting subplot, like Kenneth
See,
mentioned. It's a very
people
interesting subplot.
saying I heard someone say it, and I saw this on I forget who the guy is. This was on ESPN. This was one of the dumbest things I ever heard. He was saying that um, Belichick is gonna have a hard time because he's never played against Brady. Yes, it's one thing when you coaching the guy, but you've never played against him, and it's gonna be hard. And I was like, I really take should take my talents to ESPN because, like, to be honest with you, if this is the guys you're paying, like, come on, bro, like, think about it. You don't think these guys play in practice? Like, you realize that these guys practice every week, and in practice, I could send my defense at Tom Brady. I could tell them what to do again. You play against this guy has played against Tom Brady in practice every week for the past 20 years. And you can come on national TV and say, oh, he's never played against Tom Brady, so he wouldn't know what to expect. That was so stupid to me. I was like, bro, y'all only think these guys play on Sunday, so you think the rest of the week these guys go into their 9 to 5 and chilling out, and then Sunday they just come and say, hey, bro, I come in to play. Like, come on now. Bill Belichick is the most prepared coach I've ever played with, and I must
Even if
say,
he, even if they
this
didn't play together in practice, I mean, you've been watching him for 20 years. I mean, you expect to have a handle on how his strengths and weaknesses. You at
come on,
least
that's like, come
have a
on,
handle on that.
exactly. You created this guy from a rookie, a 6th round last pick rookie, and you really don't think that you built this quarterback to be who he is, and you could say you don't think he has enough. Tom Brady's gonna outsmart him. I mean, Tom Brady has more weapons. They will probably blow the hell out of them because I don't think Tom Brady is a guy. He's not gonna let up. I think he will air it out today. I
Oh
think he
yeah.
will. He'll easily beat the all-time passing record, but I think he will challenge the game passing yards record. And I feel he could. Last week in a loss, he threw for 400 yards. I think in this game, he's going for 5. He will try go for 500 yards today. And he wants to not just beat Bill Belichick, he wants to actually embarrass Bill Belichick and the Patriots. And for the first time in my lifetime, I've ever watched, this will be the first time I've ever seen that a next team will come into Foxborough and the fans will actually be on their side. To be honest with you, you'll see a lot of Tom Brady jerseys in the crowd, even though they will be
Yeah.
Patriots jersey. We all know that. Hey, I'm a Patriot, and I can be real. I want to see Tom Brady get his revenge because he didn't have to leave. He still could have been TB12 where he was. So for him leaving and y'all allowing him to leave and walk out the door, I want him to come back and actually destroy Bill Belichick defense and prove that once and for all, this whole he's only the GOAT because he's in the system and Bill Belichick makes him so great and blah blah blah, all that stuff, which is a part of his greatness. But don't make it seem like it is his legacy. So yeah, I want him to come with there and prove that. And once he does that today, boy, I get be real. It's hard after this to run
I,
on with
I,
any GOAT conversation.
nah, I don't think that closes the door on that though, because I mean, in 4 or 5 years,
Uh,
if Mark Jones running the league, what we could say?
you realize that Brady was winning in a
So
set
he
like
was
Mark
doing good.
Jones 4 or 5. Mark Jones have 2 years, bro. If Mark Jones don't win a Super Bowl by next year, you might as well close the bucket. Start drafting another quarterback. Don't forget Brady came as a low string, but
Hmm.
he still won early. And don't say Mark Jones don't have it because Bill Belichick back then built a defense that helped Tom Brady to win. But what
Right.
you see
So
Bill Belichick went out and did this summer, he
the
spent the
defense,
most money ever in Patriots history to put a team around Mark Jones. But you see our 2 tight ends?
but
Tom,
here's
Tom
right.
Brady
So
ain't even had them 2 tight ends since Gronk and Hernandez.
my question to you is, if Belichick builds another Brady, then what?
He'll never be another Brady.
Right, obviously. But if he
He could
builds
build a
another,
quarterback. Nah, see, you saying build another Brady. Don't think because if he builds or finds another good quarterback, saying, "Oh, he's the GOAT." You could have another. You could probably Mark Jones. I want Mark Jones to actually be a quality quarterback. I want him to actually be probably a top 10 quarterback. Hopefully, at some point in his career. But you saying Bill another Brady? Brady is not a top 10 of all time, top 5 of all time. Like I said, this is one sport that is we have a definitive GOAT. I mean, I think we do it in basketball too, but that's another story. But we do have a definitive GOAT in football at the quarterback position, and that's Thomas Edward Brady Jr.
You know, why you had to say you put a name right up there?
That's the man, James. That's the man here.
Yeah.
And I still miss out one is Thomas Patrick Edward
oh
Brady Jr.
jeez,
Anyway, we picked the Bucks to win this year. No one expected the Bucks to win this one.
yeah, I think everybody
Um,
around the world picked the Bucks to win. Yeah.
but it should be an interesting game.
It's gonna be really fun.
Um, really fun game. So, you know, y'all let us know your picks. Y'all let us know how y'all feel about our picks. Um, we try to be fair and balanced today.
It's
With
also
some
going to be a
different
fun
thoughts.
game too because even if it's why it's going to be so fun, even if it is a blowout, people still are going to stay till the end because you want to see the post game handshakes.
Yeah.
You want to see who runs to who first. You want to see if it's going to be an embrace, a hug and talk, or it's going to be the patented Bill Belichick shake and go. Like he legit is just put the hand up there, and the second you touch it, he's pulling back and slide out.
Gronk
If
out.
he do,
Gronk out this game, right?
yeah, he's out, but don't
Yeah,
worry.
yeah.
Y'all gonna see something from OJ Howard this game too. That's my sleeper. That's my X factor of this game. OJ Howard is gonna show you all that before round, OJ Howard was a monster. He probably still is, but he's gonna be the X factor of this game. Because like I say, Brady will have to get the ball out quick. And him and Antonio Brown, I expect Antonio Brown to have a big game as well. Because he is back now, fresh off a week off from his COVID, whatever. And he's his favorite slot receiver. He's like the new Edelman, a much improved Edelman, to be honest, at this point in his career. Um, and to be honest, Edelman would be there too. So there's a lot of people going to be there. You're going to see a lot of stars, Edelman, Amendola, a lot of old Patriot players, big name guys, probably even the commissioner. So let's look forward to seeing a great game on Sunday Night Football.
Yep. Hoping that it's a entertaining game. Hoping that it's a competitive game. And then, like you say, we know it'll be a highly rated game. And that's what we're looking forward to.
One
So,
thing I want to see too, I want to see Belichick attack Tampa's Bay weakness, which is the secondary. I actually want to see Mark Jones throw deep balls today. That dink and dong thing. Listen,
uh,
you already the heavy underdog. Thinking and dunking and realizing that, oh, I come out here and game manage. Okay, cool, that's fine. But now please, just for fans' sake, drop back there at least, bro. I give them 5 to 7 times and launch that ball as hard as you could, bro. Like whoever's your fastest receiver, send them on a motion, put them on the end, and just say, boy, run until you throw up, bro. And I just can lob this ball to the end zone and just make the crowd, give the crowd something to cheer about, bro. That's all I want him to do. Attack that secondary and just go deep. Even if you
very,
don't complete it, that gasp of air that people take when you see a quarterback drop back and you see that arm crank and you watch that ball release. That gasp of air right there for that probably 3 seconds that ball is in the air is the excitement of the game. That thinking down thing and handing off to the running back. Okay, cool, he getting first start. But I want to see him on that play action, him come with that play action, and you see a wide receiver streaking down the sideline. Just give me that pleasure, Mark Jones, of just launching and catching one on the Buccaneers defense. Just one. That's all I ask. Give me one deep touchdown. I happy.
wishful thinking. Very wishful thinking.
I know one thing, he better than tackles. But
Yeah, I agree. I agree, Ken. Two of them are sore losers. Probably the winner could be the most excited one to go for the handshake. I don't
of
see.
course, Brady can trot over there.
Yeah.
Because you know you can hail McDaniels. That's McDaniels' his boy now. McDaniels he love a lot of Patriot staff. He can trot over there.
Yeah.
Belichick mode could be my straight up, and then I want to see the post game interviews too. Because you know the media famous for asking stupid questions, and Belichick famous for mashing his mode up and looking at you dead in the eye and saying some just but he's hilarious. He's the guy who can make you laugh without cracking a joke.
But those are our picks, ladies and gentlemen. Week 4, full rundown. Uh, yeah, let us know if you disagree. Let us know if you agree in the comment section. Um, let us know if you made the right pick or the wrong pick. Again, don't blame us if you made the wrong pick and you bet money on that.
Yeah, that's
That'll
new.
do
What they call it? Not what they say. Man, it's something they say when they say no, you can't hold me to it or something like that.
it. Yeah,
But
that on you.
yeah, before we leave, we would like to still once again shout out Rev, our sponsors for the day, with the Rev Trio Triple Play. Reminder that all the Trio Triple Play customers have access to NFL Sunday Ticket at no additional cost. So you could just call in, get in on the action today, and keep getting the best game day takes from the expert each and every Sunday morning. So with that being said, anybody else got some shout outs? Anybody else got to say anything before we leave?
Shout out Mike Strong playing for the Colts today. Uh, we, all of us picked you, so we hope you got a successful,
Mega,
uh,
Mega Strong. Shout
yeah,
out
we hope
Mega
you got
Strong.
a successful
Yeah,
uh, day to day in front of your family. So shout out Mike Strong.
I think I
Uh,
saw something where they say his family got tickets to see him come
yeah,
down to play the Dolphins at one point in the season.
his family can take us today, so all of them should be there today.
Oh,
All
this
should
one
be there.
too.
Yeah,
Who they playing
all,
today? Oh yeah, 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 yeah,
Yeah, they've been
all,
Dolphins today.
yeah,
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 they've been
yeah.
up.
My
Yeah,
bad.
yeah,
Yeah. So that's a good game. I hope he tell the coach that because they look like they don't like to give him much playing time. But hey, let coach know, hey, boy, dog, my old lady in the crowd, boy. Like, don't say it no
yeah.
American way. Hey, coach, we want to let you no.
Hey,
Roll up
well,
on coach. Hey, big brother,
Slipped
my
that,
old lady in the crowd, boy, soldier.
my
slipped
I
that
old
guess.
man,
article. Slipped that
my old man,
article on his news feed and his email.
Yeah.
yeah.
Say, oh,
Hey,
boy,
my
don't.
old man, him, yeah, boy. So
I
we
know
have
count, but you better put me on the field.
some move, some move. Shout out
uh,
Mike Strong. Shout out again Red Trio, and then all the football fans out there. Shout out y'all. Shout out the fans and and the people watching. Thanks for tuning in. And again, we hope that you guys have a great football Sunday and that every one of y'all picks are successful. You know, it's impossible, but we hope that's what we hope, right? So,
yeah, also
Span,
tune in on Tuesday
signing
and
off.
catch our recap games. We go over
Uh,
all our picks. We go over all the winners, the losers, the storylines. We will bring to you all these things and everything that happens during and after the games. On Tuesday night, we try to go live at 9:30 ish. Um, we'll let y'all know. Y'all just like and subscribe to our YouTube page, Facebook page, and then when we go live, you will also see the notifications. So until Tuesday, for now, you guys enjoy your Sunday football and Monday football, and just be safe out there.